Hello, I'm Gigi Javier Alfonso, and I'm in the process of doing a documentary on gender and multimedia in the Philippines. As I was doing research on multimedia text on gender on the web, I have noticed the lack of materials on gender and multimedia in the Philippine experience. I requested the participation of persons who are doing studies on women, gender, and multimedia in the Philippine setting to be part of this discourse. There are many valuable conversations that I have recorded. They have agreed that this will be shared with others. These are materials that will eventually be incorporated in the ongoing documentary that I'm producing. The questions that I asked were edited out to have uninterrupted discourse from each resource person. This video is a conversation with Dr. Leticia Tojos, University Extension Specialist of the College of Social Work and Community Development of the University of the Philippines. The interview was conducted on May 27, 2009 at the National Computer Center, Diliman, Quezon City, Philippines.
Ang empowerment of women is actually they realizing what their issues are and doing something about their situation. So in women's organizing, actually, that's what we had been trying to do. We in the Women Create project, for instance, that we initiated in the College of Social Work and Community Development, we started off with conscientizing women so that they will know what their problems are and try to see how they can solve as a group their problems. We had a we had a module on conscientization, which we actually tested out in the various UBSP Urban Basic Services project sites. Then after that, we also increased or enhanced their capabilities in certain areas of work, like project management, networking, advocacy, and those areas, no. So I think these are some of the efforts that we did in the College of Social Work and Community Development. It covered 13 urban centers nationwide. These are in Luzon, Visayas, and Mindanao. In Luzon, we worked with Metro Manila, specifically Quezon City. It was actually to conscientize women so that they will be empowered to do something about their situation. And then we also enhanced their capabilities so that they could translate whatever they were conscientized about or had been aware about. They could translate it to certain concrete activities. So we also actually tried to influence the local government units to mainstream the issues of women in their own programs and projects. So these are the things that we did for Women Create. Their organization was strengthened. No, many of these organizations were strengthened because this addressed the inputs that we gave, addressed the issues no, that they had in organizing work. Actually, many of the women were able to they were able to what improve, no, their own situation in the home, no, like for instance, they were able to get the support of some husbands, no, in reproductive activities, and then in the context of the community, they were able to protect themselves because there were certain mechanisms that they came up with to protect women from violence, no, domestic violence. They were also able to organize a support system for the women in home management. For instance, if a woman is going to go somewhere or has an undertaking in the community, some of the women will take care of the kids, no, that she will have left behind, no. So these are some of the examples that the project achieved in relation to organizing work. There was one community in Cebu that actually came up with a technology, no, in their productive work. They were recycling paper, no, as part of their project, and with the help of an engineer, they were able to design an equipment that would actually lessen their burden in terms of pounding paper, and it also decreased, no, the time that would be needed to do that, so that their production increased. So that was one of the achievements of that women's group. And then, as I said, in terms of preventing domestic violence in their community, they were able to organize the Bantay Bana, which was a group that would actually provide assistance, no, if there are domestic violence incidents in the home. They would go to the place and try to assist the woman being battered by the husband, together with the local government official. So these are some of the things that they did. And then the creation of the Committee on Women, which was supposed to sustain this effort. We also oriented the workers, no, the direct service workers, in the issues of women, so that they will be able to mainstream, no, the concerns of women in their particular program. So this will actually assist the women continuously in their projects, programs and projects. From the media reports, we can see that the domestic violence issues are very much in existence at present. There are actually, in terms of reporting, you say, I guess there are shows, no, in television, and the way media or the radio discuss the incidences. We can say that they actually sympathize, no, with the victims, but there may be some reporters that would actually make fun of the the woman herself by some remarks as she deserves it or something like that. But I guess media now is more sympathetic to issues of violence, violence against women and children. The commodification of women is really very apparent, no, in the shows that had been that are being showed in our media, like for instance the productive reproductive divide, no, and then the commodification of women, where the women have to be well dressed, they have to be the role of the male is actually quite dominant from the in a family, something like that. So this actually really shows, no, the stereotyping going on, no? The productive reproductive divide is actually very apparent, where the woman stays at home, and then, or even if the woman earns, the status is still that of dominance of the male, and the woman is still quite submissive to the husband. In terms of relationships, for instance, the cycle, no, for instance, of violence is not broken, because we do not change the messages that come into play in the relationship between man and woman, and is actually being adapted in relation to reversal of roles. I don't know if I'm being clear about that. This means that if a woman becomes economically productive, and she becomes the bread earner of the family, for instance, there are expectations that the man should therefore submit to the woman. There is an expectation like that for some couples, no, I'm not saying all. I think I would like to present the notion of Krippendorf, that if we would like a more egalitarian type of relationship between couples, we should get out of this particular bind where the dominant subordinate relationship comes in. Ang point ko kasi, yung like for instance in Krippendorf's theory, he says that you should come up with certain messages that would not be the same as the one already being perpetuated, no? So you construct another reality that would not be the same as the one existing right now. Like yun na nga yung sinasabi natin na try to create another kind of relationship, like you will not expect a productive reproductive divide, no? I mean, the crossing over, no, can be part of the reality that should be perpetuated, No, there is no men's sphere or women's sphere. It can anybody can do that as long as that person is capable, something like that. And then there is no expectation that that the man should earn more than the woman. And if he or she, if the woman does that, the roles will be reversed. No, that should not be the kind of reality that should be perpetuated, because I think now that's why there are also women abusing men, but this is this is actually to a lesser degree. It's because that we revolve around that kind of a reality that's actually perpetuated by the culture that we have, no. You're saying what it's a construction that has been created through time by culture, by practice and beliefs, no, practice and beliefs, which is actually created by people themselves, no. We had been practicing that because of certain beliefs imposed maybe by the powerful, the men at the time, no, who actually had power over the women because of certain arrangements that existed, no. So the bigger the role is, for instance, of men in the economy, they are the ones who perpetuate certain practices that have made them dominant, no, in society. I said before that you have to get out of this particular reality that exists, no. You have to create another reality that would be more empowering. Messages would be messages should change to make people have another kind of viewpoint that would actually be more egalitarian, can be more based on equality rather than dominance and subordination. So people in media have to also be conscientized about the gender issues, no, existing in our midst. So and I think that's a big task, because they are actually in the midst of all of this, no. That's why their realities don't change, because that's the kind of practice, that's the kind of culture, no, that is created amongst media people, no. Men actually dominate the world of media. I don't know if that is just a personal opinion, but there are a lot of male reporters at this time because of the lifestyle, no, that is, no, that accompanies media work. There are a lot of countries that have more serious problems in terms of gender than the Philippines. Take, for instance, India. No, they have a number of practices that the health of women are affected because of their belief that women are subordinate, no, to men. And there are a lot of practices that actually perpetuates indignities of women in India. I think our society is friendlier to women than other societies. Although we have a number of practices that actually perpetuates dominant subordination. It is not to the extent that some countries practice this, no? Examples may be the dowry system, which actually treats women as commodities, no? In a relationship, there is a price to the woman, no? The wife is given a price in terms of the marriage, and then there is actually the what do you call this? Certain practices that are harmful to the reproductive health, like what do you call this? It happens in Africa as well. Circumcision for women, and then there is also the permission given to men to actually abuse, no, the woman, no. There is no sanction in other. This is allowable actually in countries like India and Africa, no. But in the Philippines, there are now laws that actually prevent this from happening. I mean, there is protection now, legal protection of women, no, because of the laws that have been legislated in the Philippines. In the community, actually, there are already mechanisms, no, done, no, at the local government level that actually protect women. Like, for instance, the teamwork between the police, the barangay captain, the social worker. These are 5. The justice system, and one other. No, it's not health, but one other component that really work towards protecting women and children who are currently abused, no. So I think at that level, the mechanism, no, and the structure is working because of the advocacy of the people, no, in charge of this thing. They really train the police and the social workers in this, no, and barangay captains. But of course, there are also certain political machinations, no. But this is actually being addressed if there are people within the team who have the political will. And of course, I think media has been covering such celebrated cases, or cases that had been actually made known to them, no. I think media has been actually quite not fair, but it has really brought this to the attention of the public, and it has done a lot, no. Now at the level where celebrated cases would mean, for instance, an effect in certain countries, like for instance the rape case of Nicole, no. This has been a celebrated case, and decisions would affect relationships with a country. I think these are actually there are certain laws that are not, the implementation of these laws are not actually friendly to women, because they, even if you have won at the local level, at the national level, there may be machinations that may be done, and the woman may lose, no, because of certain other factors other than the support of the legal aspect, no. It may rise above the legal aspect because there are certain political issues that have to be tackled as well. The message there, if you don't have any divorce, for instance, is that whatever condition you are in, you really have to stick it out with your husband. So this is quite a disempowering experience, because even if you are out of the relationship, you cannot do anything. You cannot get another partner who would actually be more to your liking, or may actually you can establish a relationship which is more empowering, no? With that particular partner. So and I think religion has a lot to do with this particular arrangement, because the church would not like the couples to separate, no, no matter what. So this is and this religious institution is quite it influences, no, this institution influences very much a number of laws that we had been trying to legislate, like for instance the reproductive health bill, which has been actually very contentious and has not been passed because of the lobbying of priests, nuns, and other religious organizations. And this is actually to the detriment of women, because the victimization of women in certain relationships, like not being able to actually have control over their own bodies, is one contentious issue, and yet this is not recognized by the church, no, and other religious organizations. And then they say that the overpopulation of the Philippines is actually a problem, but it has not been addressed because of the belief of the church that we should procreate, no, without of course they actually want the natural method, but this has not been quite effective in preventing pregnancies in women because of course, no, the relationships, no, in between husband and wife, no. There are times that the woman has no control over her body. If the man feels that he wants to have sex with the woman, nothing will prevent him from doing so. So the woman will not have a say in this because of this kind of relationship, no, that you have to submit to your husband. So So this is actually an issue that has to be addressed, no, but has not been done because of the pressures by our religious beliefs and the control of the church itself over our society. The issues of gender runs through from birth till you become old, no, and these have various facets, no. So I think I really don't know if this is now being seen and addressed, like for instance the issue of the women elderly. Maybe first is to understand the issues of older women, no, like for instance the onset of insecurity, depression, and so forth, especially those who are in the process of retiring. and I mean, these are the things that should also be taken into consideration by gender advocates, because it has a different dimension in relation to the issue itself of gender. Actually, the older women have been greatly affected by the changing structure of the family, you know, like they become the caregivers of the children of their children, no, and sometimes they are tired, no. They are tired of caring for the children because of their physical, should I say, deterioration, or the energy, no, they don't have that energy anymore, and then they are actually forced into that situation because they are the ones free to actually care for the children of their OFW children, no. So that is one. And then their insecurity because they're not earning anymore, and then the place where they will stay, no, because there may be families who cannot adequately meet their needs already. So welfare is one of the problems of older persons, and their diminishing influence to their families may also affect or is affecting their self-esteem. So these are some areas that have to be addressed by gender advocates, no. And I think this is not yet one of the. It may be recognized, but it has become peripheral issues at the moment, because maybe there are a lot of problems with women who are younger, no. I really don't know, or it is not yet within the consciousness of a number of people that these are certain problem areas. And in fact, I think we have not recognized our fears, no, about aging, no. That's why there has been a lot of trying to make us. There are a lot of ways in which we are trying to be to look and feel younger than our own age, no, because we refuse to believe that we are aging, but there is actually dignity in this phase of our life, something like, I mean, you know. Actually, there were women that I talked with. They say that men elderly are more fortunate than women because they can get younger partners, no. But these younger partners are also abused because the male elderly becomes actually violent in the relationship because of jealousy, you know, and things. So it's not actually a very healthy relationship, no. And the women who also may want widows who may want to have other partners are no more that attractive to the male, so they really don't get partners.
I would like to acknowledge the help of the Multimedia Center of the University of the Philippines Open University in recording and editing this production. If you have questions and inquiries on the material that you have just viewed, please email me at gigipsssp@yahoo.com.